Well, this is certainly more convoluted than it ever needed to be, huh? Hello, everybody. Welcome to, I guess, my thoughts on the official Legend of Zelda timeline. No script, no real editing work. I'm just sitting here and I'm looking at this timeline and I'm trying to make sense of what in the blue hell Nintendo has done. Whether this is actually the official thing that they're standing by, or if they just gave whoever made the art book some creative direction, I don't know. If it's official or not, I guess it's the most official that we have so far. But wow, just looking at this, I don't have any issues at first. We have the era of the world's creation, heaven and earth created, Skyloft and Hyrule. The era of the goddess Hylia, the Sky era, which is the era of Skyward Sword, the goddess Hylia reincarnated, ancient battle, returns to the earth. So civilization moves from heaven back down to earth. Sacred realm is sealed. I guess we don't see this. The era of chaos. The era of prosperity, Hyrule Kingdom established. This makes sense, I guess. I'm not sure exactly why the Minish Cap has to have the first incarnation of Hyrule. I guess just due to the fact that it sort of defines the appearance of the hero, even though, well, Skyward Sword comes first. Whatever. Nintendo's contradicted themselves many times on this. I don't have any issues with the Minish Cap's placement. As everybody knows, I've placed it that way in the past. Four Swords, same thing. Although, if I may, the Four Swords is so self-contained, it could be anywhere. As long as it's after the Minish Cap. Who cares? There's nothing that connects it to anywhere else in the series as long as it's between the Minish Cap and Four Swords Adventures. That's it. That's all that needs to happen. But when we get to OOT, the Hyrule Unification War, which, like I said many times, I believe to be a war against the Gerudo, but maybe it was a war against the Gorons and the Zora as well. I'm not sure. But the era of the Hero of Time, which is the era of OOT, Ocarina of Time, the child era and the adult era. Now, in looking at this, we see Ocarina of Time. The Dark World is formed in the Sacred Realm. Ganondorf turns into the Demon King Ganon. Cool. So all of this happens before the split. Okay, fine. I'll buy that. Now we have two possible endings when the hero is successful, and the very, very, very controversial thing of the hero is defeated. How this makes any sense is beyond me. I mean, why isn't there the hero is defeated ending for every single game then? I don't know. It's called a game over screen. But apparently, this game over screen has some significance to Nintendo. It's so obvious that this was thrown together last minute. It's obvious to me at this point that they never had like a real master document, or if they did, it just had the main games that I've talked about in the past that have the established order of Skyward Sword, OOT, The Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess being some form of a split. Okay, we knew that. But as for A Link to the Past, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, Link's Awakening, all the older games, basically, they have no idea how to explain it. So what they did was they made a third split, but they couldn't rationalize it by saying, oh, well, this is what happened in the world of Ocarina of Time if Link never left the Sacred Realm while he was sleeping. If he was just there all the time and his presence never like reawakened the sages, never rescued Zelda if she ever needed rescuing to begin with. I don't know. She was Sheik. This could have very well been explained as Link stays in the Sacred Realm forever. Like, this is what happens if he does not get reinserted back into time. But no, they have to say the hero is defeated, which is wow. I'm gonna go through this first. Hyrule's decline and the last hero. So if the hero is defeated in this era, for some reason, the link from A Link to the Past, the era of Light and Dark, Light World and Dark World, happens. Ganon is revived. I don't know how he's revived. He never died if the hero was defeated, but maybe it's just a translation error. I don't know. But in A Link to the Past, it apparently takes place after the world of Ocarina of Time. Now, if you had told me this back in 1998 when OOT was first released, I would have believed you. But many things have changed since then. So apparently, when this split happens, the child era and adult era, there's two adult eras, basically, is what they're saying to us. The Sealing War happens, leading to A Link to the Past, or Ganondorf is sealed, as is the ending of Ocarina of Time, the Hero of Wind in a New World. Well, here's the problem, as many people have pointed out. This is stupid, because you're basically saying, well, the hero did not appear. No hero appeared in the era of the Wind Waker. Well, according to this timeline, the adult era and the hero is defeated era are one and the same, at least conceptually. So why is there a hero to stop Ganon in A Link to the Past, but not the Wind Waker? Until, the Great Flood happens. Cool, right? Yeah, well, there's a Deus Ex Machina for them right there. But continuing down, Oracle of Seasons and Ages, I have no problem with this placement after A Link to the Past. I've done so basically since the very beginning of my theorizing on YouTube. Link's Awakening, same thing. I don't have any problem with this. And leading down to the era of decline after the Gold Era, where the tragedy of Princess Zelda won. As I said, there was no way that this was the original Princess Zelda, so I guess Nintendo gave me their nod there. We have the original Legend of Zelda. Ganon is revived. Don't know, don't care. It was an 8-bit game, really no story to it. We just have the game progressing normally. And then Adventure of Link, which is, of course, the direct sequel. So, the progression I don't have a problem with. What I do have a problem with is why it's its own personal split. It just seemed to me like they didn't know where to put it, so they made this hokey story of the hero is defeated, which can happen in any game, not just Ocarina of Time. And like I said, what do you get when that happens? You get a game over screen, not an ending. So, continuing on, the hero is successful. He goes back in time to the Child Era. The Sacred Realm is protected. The Dark World and the hero's the Dark Wold and the hero's descendants. That's obviously World. Majora's Mask. The Prince of Thieves, Ganondorf, is executed. Not during the events of Majora's Mask, but we saw this event happen in Twilight Princess, where Ganon's execution happens. Now, some people like True Edge can think that it doesn't happen during that era, and they're right. There's no evidence of it, but for the sake of this timeline, it's the most convenient explanation. The Twilight Era, Twilight Princess, the Shadow Invasion. Yeah, basically. This is what most people will define as the Child Era. Going down to the Shadow Era, Four Swords plus Hyrule Adventure. Four Swords Adventures, basically. Ganondorf is reincarnated, he gets the Trident of Power, Vaati is resurrected. Now, if you want my honest opinion, they could have just stuck the hero is defeated ending at the end of this. Like I do. And then move Legend of Zelda and Adventure of Link around. I don't think there'd be any problem with it. There's so many similarities between Four Swords Adventures and A Link to the Past, I've said this many times, that they could be placed back to back. I mean, I guess for their argument, Four Swords Adventures and A Link to the Past is the same story, just a retelling of it in a different timeline. So it's whatever, it's cool. Moving to the most sensical part of the split, Adult Era. Ganondorf is sealed, the Hero of Wind in a New World. The era without a hero. Or is it? Why is it without a hero? The hero of A Link to the Past existed, did he not? Don't know. Anyways, Ganondorf is revived, Hyrule is sealed and flooded. Cool. The era of the Great Sea, which is the game The Wind Waker. Ganondorf is revived, except he's not. He's just escaped his seal. I think these are just translation issues, but I'm sure they'll be fixed when the actual English document is released, if it ever is. The era of the Great Voyage, Phantom Hourglass. Yeah, it's the direct sequel. Makes a lot of sense. The era of Hyrule's rebirth. The new continent is discovered, Spirit tracks, the evil King Malladus is revived. Nothing really to throw a monkey wrench in that. So the only thing that I have to complain about, and it's a huge complaint, is the third split. The hero is defeated. It's something that tells me that there was no master document, which is something that many of us had thought to begin with. There was no master document, and if there were, it didn't include every game. Because the hero is defeated is such an obvious cop-out. That's all I really have to say about this timeline. I think it's a little absurd, a little ridiculous, and I'm not that big of a fan of it. I mean, it's not that different from mine, but just the idea that it's a completely different split than what any of us had thought. Now, they never supported the split idea, but let me just say this. It completely defies the idea of the ending of Skyward Sword, where the soul of demise comes back to haunt the souls of Link and Zelda all throughout the future, and Link is always charged, like Batman to the Joker, like Tom with Jerry, to have this never-ending fight where he beats the hell out of the villain and peace is restored. The only grim ending we'd ever had at this point in a Zelda game was the ending, or the era before the Wind Waker, where Ganondorf just comes out. I mean, they basically all but said the hero is always there and he will always defeat Ganon. Well, we've never had a game that says he's failed. And if he has, it's a game over screen. You don't count that as part of a timeline. That's stupid, because any one of these could have a split by that logic then. Why is it OOT that's so special? I don't know. I mean, it was clear at the time that Ocarina of Time was referencing A Link to the Past, but that changes. So what do? You make a hero is defeated side, I guess. Whatever, that's all I have to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed my, I guess, somewhat rant on this ridiculous Zelda official timeline, but it is what it is. Keep theorizing, everybody. Have a good day.